Hey there guys, Pajama Prepper here. In this video, part of the Prepping 101 series, I'll be showing you the V3, that's Victor 3 Pocket Bellow, or Pocket Bellows, from Epiphany Outdoor Gear. You can go to pocketbellows.com to check out more about this product. Now this is patent pending. It's a telescoping, essentially straw, and it's for bellowing your fire. Now, what is fire bellowing? Well, when you start making a fire, you need to provide oxygen to it to get that flame going. And so you have to, usually you see in the survival shows and whatever, the guy's down facing it like that or whatever. It's a pretty good close-up, I guess. But, you're blowing on the fire, getting it going. And when I go hiking or anything, if I'm in my parents' house, they have a good amount of property in the back, which is all woods. And I'll go about 300 yards into the woods, out of sight of all the houses, and I'll practice, fire making, just because it's a skill you need to have. I'll do a lot of other stuff as well. I'll try and, identify different plants and everything, and practice makes perfect. But I always have this one problem, which is when you get on the fire and you're blowing air onto it, a lot of the stuff, whether it's leaves, we have a lot of leaves up here on the ground. There's not a lot of, you have pine needles, leaves, not a lot of dry grasses in the woods, certain areas, but it's mainly a lot of leaves. You're going to have birch bark, whatever, pine pitch. But the majority of stuff I've handled that I just get off the ground, the materials around me to start a fire, to get the little tinder bundle, it creates a lot of smoke. And I've had the problem where it gets all in my eyes, and I'm like, I got to take a step back, and I got to rub my eyes, I got to get out the redness reliever and stuff like that, the eye wash, the eye drops. So I wanted a way to essentially not have that problem and make a fire, quickly, for, survival. You got to make that fire. Shelter, water, fire. So I went onto eBay, and I just happened to come across this. I was browsing stuff, and I came across it. And I paid $14 for it on eBay. I got it the other day, and I'm going to be testing it out in the woods probably next week. But I wanted to do this desktop video so you can see it without, my camera freezing in the cold. It comes in this nice little tube here, and it's extendable. It's 3.5 inches collapsed and extends to 20 inches. It weighs less than an ounce, and I weighed it, and it's about 0.71 ounces. It works on wet and dry firewood, compresses and focuses oxygen directly into the heart of the fire, and adding oxygen is key to fire starting wet wood. So let's get this little tube open, and it's a nice plastic tube. And it's got these little rubber pipe caps, pipe threading protectors on them. It's really nice and secure, and it comes out. And they also give you this really cool sheet here. It's got some tips, information about it, and then some warnings and precautions. And they're kind of funny with their warnings and precautions. They say the lawyers tell us we need to also warn you about common sense concepts like do not inhale through the pocket bellows. Yeah, don't use this to snort cocaine or anything. That's not on there, but that would be, I guess, a common sense. I don't know why you'd have cocaine out in the woods unless you're that kind of guy. But and it's the end of the pocket bellows closest to the fire gets hot. Go figure. Let it cool down before collapsing and or touching. Do not use a pocket bellow with chemical accelerants like gasoline or lighter fluid. Yeah, that's a good idea. But so you don't want to put it in the fire and wait, but you want to use blow. So it extends like this. It's telescoping, which is kind of like a telescope. And one thing I would do is, because it seems like it's kind of rough in this joint here, this little area, I'm going to get some lubricant, for gun oil or some of that, and I'm just going to put a little in here just to get it so it's, less rough. And that way also, because you're going to be handling this, your hands might be greasy, dirty, whatever. I don't know what the material, it doesn't say. It doesn't say what it's made out of. It feels like it's aluminum. It's really light, so But I don't want it to corrode or anything. Again, you want to have product longevity. You want to keep your gear working a long time. So extend it out like this. What you're going to do is essentially you're going to get this end into the fire, or close to it, and you're going to blow. So you don't have, instead of going, you can go. And it feels this right here, imagine like you have birdshot or something like that, right? And you're looking at your shot spread. That's, you know, I can feel that all the way out, like about the width of my hand. And if you look at, I don't know what the width of my hand is, but looking at about 7 inches or so. Now, if I take the pocket bellows, okay, when I did the pocket bellows, I can feel air only in like the center of my palm. So the spread of your oxygen coming out of the pocket bellow is going to be, instead of 8 inches, more like 2 or 3 inches. So you get a lot more concentration with something like that. And then again, it collapses down. It's kind of rough here on your palm, so it'd be better if you have gloves, and you can just, like, if it's being rough, just go against a rock or something like that, or the table. Just push it down, you know. And then grab it, and put it right back in the tube, and throw it in your kit. So this can fit in like a plano case, can fit in your pocket, fit in like a little molly webbing even. This should be able to fit in molly webbing fine. You know, and price-wise, I don't think it's that bad. Construction, it looks solid construction. It doesn't look like it would break very easily. Again, you know, everything can break. But, you know, the container, I like the container. Looks like a very nice durable container for it. You could even stuff some matches or cotton in there if you wanted to. There's a little bit of room for that. So you have some tinder right there with you. The instruction manual and stuff with some tips and tricks and warnings is definitely good. This nice little piece of paper folds up, and I would, you know, put that in my wallet just to have it for reference. If you're like, you know, if you're like a scoutmaster, you might be able to use this to help, you know, your Boy Scouts, whatever, with some simple principles and knowledge, because there's a whole bunch of good information on here. So definitely be good for you know, reading material, education, whatever. You know, in total, this thing here, the container is a little over 3.5 inches. But again, the thing itself is you're looking at 3.5 inches. Yeah, 3.5 inches or so. And I recommend it. I think that this is a good item. It looks nice. It's, you know, the label and everything is cool too for their product. Seems very easy to use, you know, and I'd recommend it. I think that if you're an outdoorsman, a camper, someone who will make fires, you know, survival purposes, camping, etc., you know, this is definitely a nice little tool. I recommend it, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some video or pictures of me trying this out next week when I meet a buddy of mine over in the woods somewhere to do some survival training. But yeah, that's this video of the V3 Pocket Bellows by Epiphany Outdoor Gear. Go to pocketbellows.com to check these out even more. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys.